Hello boys and girls, my name is Christine. I will tell you something about being evacuated during the war. I was 12 years old and I lived in Berlin, and as the air raids became very frequent, we were evacuated, our whole class actually, not just me, with our teacher. It was a small place called Komotau, but was in, we called it the Sudetenland. It was Komotau, a little town on the Czechoslovakian border. It was quite countrified and quite peaceful, and as we were placed in it used to be a former orphanage run by the nuns. They were actually at the convent in the grounds as well, so they were looking after us then. Well, our two teachers were with us the whole time, and we stayed there actually till it was time for us to leave school, which was 14 years of age. So it was quite a distance from Berlin, but quite enjoyable, as we were always with our classmates and our friends together, doing everything together. Well, the nuns were excellent. They looked after us. They cooked us some marvellous meals. Some of their specialities were regional, and actually they washed our clothes, cooked our meals, and our mothers used to have to put our name tags into our clothes so they were easy to reclaim again. So everything was orderly. So I will tell you something about our everyday happenings. Our daily routine was getting up 7 o'clock, getting into our undies and literally charging into the washrooms for a quick, very cold water splash, cleaning our teeth, and lining up for a quarter of an hour physical exercise to get ready and go, get dressed, go for breakfast into our dining hall. Our chores were setting the table, washing dishes and drying them. And of course, the breakfast consisted of very fresh bread rolls and milky drinks, and it was very, very nourishing anyway. So then it went having school lessons till noontime, as we had our midday meal. As school was from 8 till 12, noontime we finished for our midday meal, which was middag. After dinner, as there was snow on the ground, we got into our snow boots, got our sledges, and off we went into the snowy forest for walks and singing and chatting away, till getting very refreshed and ready to have our eyes down for our homework in the afternoon. So in the evening, I know we sat in the circle doing sketches, chatting and singing away there till it was bedtime. At 9 o'clock was our going to bed, but before that we had to clean our boots and shoes and leave them outside our dormitory doors. Slept in dormitories in bunk beds. So it was 9 o'clock, but I know it was rather early. I was a little bit bored really, going to sleep, so I thought up a little bit of mischief and causing a little bit of a disturbance. And tried a bit of sleepwalking round the bunk beds. Of course a shriek or two and the light went on. And of course I didn't try that too often. I didn't want to be found out. And I never was. And they never found out. I was just pretending. And as our school leaving age and time was nearing, we had to come back to Berlin to have our last terms in our own school. And we had to come back then and back to the dreaded air raids. We did miss out a lot after that in the last year, because there was a lot of air raids and we were denied cookery classes and swimming lessons because of everyday air raids occurring. So when we left school at 14, there for 1 year, it was sort of perhaps here as well in England. You went as a land girl helping on the farms, but and then some girls which weren't cut out for farm work, which I was in that category. We went as mother's help for 1 year. We learned domestic help and whatever you learn in a household. So that was for 1 year, and I myself went, and girls went into apprenticeships and went to colleges. It was I went as a secretarial apprentice in an engineering firm, where of course then I ended up there. The war was going on very, very heavily in Berlin, and that was the end of the war years.